There we go. Okay, yeah. Ooh, I did not set up my music. Hold on. There we go. Music's playing. Ugh. All right. So we got done with most of the inking last time. Today we're actually gonna finish the inking and get down to some sick, nasty coloring. Super sick, super nasty. Should be fun. Let me tamper the music down just a bit for me. This song's amazing, but it's a little distracting for me. Okay. Just making sure everything's going well, working well. All right, where's the... Need to pull up the original line art. I actually kind of want to completely redo this foot over here, because it looks really bold and kind of like coloring line art. Like it's just all the same size. Even if it isn't, it feels that way to me. So let's try getting a little bit more detailed. A little bit more controlled. I'm going to be doing this in the thin pen, just a regular, basically a micron with no variance to the width, so I can focus on getting the inks down and then actually start playing with the weight, if at all, because I mean, this foot goes back, so really shouldn't be much to do here. I'm just gonna have to keep erasing this, aren't I? Growing up, there was a lot of people who were into drawing shoes. It was like a specific lane. There's some very specific lanes that you see artists go through growing up. There's kids that drew cars and nothing but cars. There's kids that drew shoes and nothing but shoes. There's the horse girls. Horse girls are pretty much a meme, but I actually knew one throughout like elementary all the way to high school that was a horse girl all the way. She was a silly person, but she was nice enough. I think I was a little bit overly rude to her, and I kind of always think like, oh, she wasn't actually that mean to me. You know, that was different high school. The base shape of the foot. The foot is something I've never actually spent that much time learning how to do well. It's like I get a general shape of the foot, and that's kind of carried me all the way to where I'm at now. It's not really one of those details that anybody would ever call you out on, because no one really cares about feet except for people who care way too much about feet. You know? Yeah, it looks nice enough. don't want to get too worked up into whether or not these details make sense. Because I'm pretty sure in my last drawing I actually forgot to do the shoelaces whatsoever, and no one's ever called me out on it, so we're just gonna ignore it. This time around I'm actually doing it beforehand. I'm not sure what my thinking was or what happened. I think what happened was I was really close to finishing it. Or I did like half of the inking process, Maria. I did most of the inking for before I ever started streaming. So when I came back to it, I didn't realize that I hadn't finished the inking. I just assumed I was because it looked pretty much done, and just immediately moved on to coloring. Which if only we could have done that here. No, but I think it's good to see the entire process. I'm very interested to see how it looks whenever I make the supercut of all the streams together. Even for the supercut of the Maria streams, I thought it was weird that it kind of just starts out already pretty much done. So I was really excited for whenever this gets to being finished. We get to see what that looks like. An actual view of what my design process would look like. Alright. Then here we actually get to see more of the structure of the shoe in a more traditional angle. More with quotations, I guess. I don't think you ever really see the underside of someone's shoe. There's never been a more exciting part of my drawing. And then when I get to just ink feet. I got started at the color, so at least we got a little bit of excitement from the last stream. That might just be a me thing. I think watching things getting colored is a lot more fun than watching things getting inked. It's just really nice tracing. Or I guess for me it is for, actual ink artist, it's like it's a really impressive process where you get to creatively interpret someone else's work. I really wish I could ink anywhere near as good like some of the better inkers out there. I mean, Scott Williams is easily one of the most famous comic inkers. I wonder how much more art I could do if all I had to do was just pencil drawings. Because I spend a lot of time just refining things with ink and coloring. So if I had like somebody else doing, I guess, the hard part for me, I'd be insane. I'd be a machine. If all I had to do was just the pencils. It'd probably be one of those things I'd be forced to do where I'd be like, no, I can just ink them myself. And then they'd be like, okay, but we need it by Friday, so we're gonna have somebody help you. And then once I finally have it forced on me, that's when I'm like, oh, I like this. I could get used to this. Then I slowly become the laziest artist that has ever graced the page. In my stream again. I mean, this time I caught it. I noticed it said that I went offline. I don't know what just happened there. I really don't know what's causing that, and that makes me upset. Oh my goodness, please. I hate double clicking the undo and then completely losing whatever I just did. I've tried designing shoes before. I think when I noticed people that there was people who that there were people who only drew cars, only drew shoes, I kind of tried getting into both of those to see like what the hubbub was about. See if it was something I could get into. And the answer is not really. My shoe designs were pretty bad. I wasn't a big sneakerhead growing up, so I didn't really understand what I even liked about shoes. I was just like, here is a sneaker. It has pretty colors and I like that. Granted, even now it's mostly just whatever has pretty colors. It's not really not a lot of nuance and just different lines. Yeah, but it's what it is what it is. It's not like the lines make me go faster. The Nike swoosh doesn't make me go any faster. Is swoosh the actual term? That sounds really silly coming out of my mouth. Let me make this smaller. I'm doing it a little bit sketchier now. I'm wondering if that can kind of cut down how much time I'm spending on this and just erasing the when it goes out of bounds. I will admit, this is not the prettiest circle I've ever drawn. But give the man a break. He's struggling out here. I'm gonna keep tweaking that, but for right now we're gonna keep going. That one's nice. Oh, hey. Thanks. Yeah, we're still working on the inks for everything, but I'm pretty happy with how it's come along so far. She's looking like Winnie the Pooh, but we'll get to that. I just need to get done with this inking, and then we can finally move on to the more exciting part. But God, is inking tedious sometimes. Hi there. Just working on this drawing. Trying to get these inks down. Trying not to think too hard about it. Because I'm not a very good shoe designer. We're working on a treasure hunting vampire character that I made a while back. She's basically stealing this book from these zombies over here. And she's kind of just swinging on a vine away. Thank you. Originally, she was very aggressively angry, and I had to fix the face around a bit. Took up a lot of time, but I'm glad that I went back and made her a little bit more cute. Oh, what is that? Oh, thanks for following. I work on this drawing for about 2 hours every Tuesday. Very fun. I'm really slow when it comes to digital, so bear with me. I've always been a traditional artist all my life, and digital is really intimidating, but I do enjoy it. Now I want to fix this little bulb. It's kind of looking a little wonky. Let me cut it out. Eep, bop. that feels right. I'm gonna merge this back, and we're right back on it. Something about the position and the size wasn't right for me. There you go. I mean, granted, this is a made-up boot design, so, you know, no one was gonna call me out on it, but I judge myself. And clean up some of these little connection points. Yeah, I always say how hard it is, but the benefits that come from using digital are just incredible. Like the way that I can just make quick fixes to things that would be completely permanent on a regular drawing that you can't move away from. There's like no point where you can't like change your mind, and that's always nice. Okay. So let's do kind of making up the design for this boot on the fly, just from what I know from shoes. Yeah, it's hard to come back from anything you ink, but there's no disconnect that you get from digital, although that might just be my fault for having a graphic tablet, not the entire digital display. So I think if I actually got the screen, I would have a lot less of that kind of anxiety when I work on digital. But I've done traditional for so long that it's just second nature to me. Here we go. Clean this up. Thanks for the follow. Alright. I'm gonna save myself a little bit of time and effort and just copy these little X's. Come on. Where's the tool? There we go. Bip. Bip. What just happened? Oh, there it is. 3, 4. And then let's just move these around. Bip. Come on, where are you? Oh, it's okay, okay. There you are. And there you are. Easy peasy. Who says art has to be hard? I'm gonna merge all 4 of these. There we go. Now I can move them as a unit. And then, what is that? Why is it doing that? Why is it grabbing the entire drawing? It's weird. Oh, hold on. Maybe if I do it like this. There it is. That's what I was looking for. try to manipulate it so I can get it to fit with the angle a little bit better. Because her foot's not like directly pointing at the camera, completely flat. It's a little bit at an angle. Make it even bigger too. Not too much, because then it's going to get really pixelated because the original wasn't that big. There we go. Just a little bit lower. Bam. There you go. Easy peasy. Oh, I didn't think of what I was going to put down here. We'll get to that. Let's focus on the top of the shoe. Back to the paintbrush. Bop. I need to loosen up. Let's just let this part be a little sketchy. I'm not going to finish the lines or anything. I think it's kind of appropriate for shoe treads to be a little sketchy. And they're never completely clean, especially if they're used. They just need to be somewhat uniform. Come on. There we go. Nice and round. I really hope this entire stream doesn't become a foot stream. It's not. That wasn't my goal. It was not my intent. We'll get to coloring. If this takes too long, I'll just move on to coloring, because I don't want her to look like Winnie the Pooh for too long. Looks good. According to what I've been working on, there should only be room for one last square. One last little bit of tread. Come on, please. Thank you. And then, just for fun, we're gonna add a little bit of depth to it. I'm gonna get an even smaller pen too. Now here I'm really okay with being sketchy, because this is gonna I just want like the impression of it being 3D, and it doesn't really matter how accurate it is. I think it's something the eye can easily look over. That's the secret to art. It's all an illusion. None of it's actually real. I'm not even really an artist. I'm just a meat-covered popsicle. I think I got that line wrong, but we're gonna move past it. Meat-covered popsicle. Hold on, I'm starting to think about that now. Hmm. Wait. There we go. Nope. Please. I beg of you. There we go. Sir, please. Okay. I was gonna do it to the little X's. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep. Boop, bop. Bop, bop. Bop, bop. Voila. There's one thing I've learned from Bob Ross is that making noises helps. That was something I did before I even watched Bob Ross. That's just something instinctual. You just know that works. If you're willing to be messy enough, you just know that kind of stuff works. I think maybe architectural students, they probably don't make noises when they draw. They probably have like Vivaldi playing. I love architecture though. If Vivaldi makes you draw as good as an architecture student, then maybe it's worth it. I'll take my lo-fi hip-hop though. I know I said these can be as sketchy as you want, but I was a different person then. Times changed. Turns out it can't be as sketchy as I want. It has to be a little bit more appropriate. There we go. How are we looking? Pretty good. It's okay. It's all right. Wonder if we can add anything. What would be in this space on a boot? Maybe like an... something like this. I'm not a shoe designer, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just banging rocks together trying to make a shoe. Come on. Bop. No. Bop. No. Bop. That's okay. No, it's still too thick. Let's just do this slowly then. Let's clean up these corners a bit. Bap bap bip. Doot doot doot. Doot doot doot. La la ba. It's one of those things that feels like it would. I think it's just get put on the shoe to make it look like it's doing something. In reality, it does nothing. I mean, it might add like a little bit of traction, but nothing crazy. Really, it's just there to look interesting. There's a word for that. Whenever you're designing like a spaceship or anything sci-fi, and you add just like little knobs and things that don't actually do anything. Grooves or something like that. Fun word, I like it. These things are literally designed just to be like the most annoying things to clean if you ever get like a rock or a pebble caught in between the treads. That's literally the only reason they exist, and you can't convince me otherwise. Okay. Wow, that was immediately not how I wanted the line to go. Me and things going wrong, I couldn't even imagine. It's impossible. "30 minutes in and we're still working on boot. We should be fine. I'm not actually that far from finishing what I'm gonna try and what I'm doing here. Like I said, the boot's not gonna have too much detail. Actually, while I'm working on it, let me pull up the reference. Beep. Does she have anything special going on? Oh, she has a lot of special things going on. No, it's not that crazy. That would just be like a line here. Then like a line on the inside. This one's gonna be a little bit more complex to show. It's a weird shape, but on a shoe it makes sense for whatever reason. And it's also a line going through the back, I think. Yeah. Kind of like... That works. Let me make this huge again. Bop. And then it also cuts out from there, just another little section. There that goes. Right, and how are the laces? Ooh. Why is it gotta be so hard? Why can't things be super easy? Don't you ever feel like that? Why can't things just be dummy easy? Why is everything gotta be hard? Is it because it's a capitalist society? Probably. Okay, I think that's enough details on the boot. Let's just try to get the shape a little bit better, a little bit more consistent. Instead, I don't want this to get too fat, but I also made it too flat. It needs to be like a rounder shape to go around the heel. Come on. Whoa, too big. Okay, that looks appropriate to me. Let me just, now we're gonna leave that like that. Don't think it too hard. I'm gonna grab this brush and try to make some little divots. Hope it doesn't look awkward because I can already tell it's gonna get a little weird. Just little grooves. They're like extra little traction points. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I can live with that. Okay, so how are we gonna do the rest? I think we should make a little bit more of a ridge for like a heel of the boot. Just cut the heel off as a whole, basically. There we go. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I lost my train of thought when I was doing this. Not quite yet. It should go across. Hold on. Maybe I should. I think that's throwing me off. Come on. Maybe flipping it around will help. Come on. Please. I beg of you. Ooh. No, that's too one-sided. Okay, now this angle is making it even harder. Ooh, I think that was it. Let's turn it around. That looks good enough for me. All I'm trying to do is make a heel here, sir. There you go. Okay. So you got kind of a heel thing going on now. I'm gonna make a little groove here too. Come on. I don't want to turn the camera again, don't make me do it. That looks right to me. Let's also thin this out. Because that's not even, it doesn't look, it's noticeably uneven. I'm not trying to get it exact, but it was looking inappropriate. Hey. Come on, please. Just give me a good line. That's all I ask. Oh, please. Oh, wow. That was perfect. It's like after the worst line, it'll give you just exactly what you need. You must go through his greatest battles. And then maybe come out the other side with a dub. Oh. See? Does that look weird? Eh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're good. And here we can get a little funky. Let's go like this. Yeah, like in that little half circle. You can cut the groove in. That works. Oh, let's make this a smaller brush though. This is gonna look weird. Let's just keep on and see how it looks. I have an idea for something kind of interesting. One, two, three. Okay. I was about to say, there's no way this section needs to be this big. I'm missing a line, aren't I? And I was. Nice. Come on. Just a little bit. I want like little notches for where you can tell like the boots, the individual treads separate from each other. Let's also clean these little corners up. Just these little notches can really sell the impression that they're separate. Actually, that one doesn't look too good. But I think maybe just a little bit of erasing through there will help. And then let's try to take away that curve so it looks like it goes in. That's what I'm looking for. And then this one needs to be erased. And then we can also do the same thing here. Or just each one we have like a little bit of a separation. Draw in the actual places where they separate. Come on. Then we could also do the same thing here. I'm just trying to get like some areas where you can see like the depth changes for whatever reason. Your brain kind of just like tells itself what's going on there, but like you still need to like make the mark so I can get the impression. Second thought, I might just leave it alone there. Because trying to separate them actually makes it a little bit tougher to understand what's going on. Alright, so that's the back of the boot. Oh my goodness. We're almost done. I promise. A boot really takes an hour, apparently. I had to do the super detailed side facing the camera, didn't I? I could have just made it like this boot where it literally points at nothing. But no, I just want me to make things more difficult. By the way, the brand of boot is called a LMAO. Are you happy with yourself? Are you happy that I have to make boot for you? Oh, I forgot our knee pads. No! Man, I just keep creating work for myself. But the knee pads are important. I apologize, but this is going to be... This must be done. I just need something here. I think we're gonna keep the smiley face. There we go. Now just one last thing here. What can I do? I don't actually want to write ALMAO because that's a very prominent part of the drawing. Like you will notice if it says ALMAO, like right there. We could put more X's. I think that's actually what I'm gonna do. Oh shoot. I'm gonna grab this right down here. We're gonna make it smaller. We're just gonna manipulate it for a little while. Smaller bit. Then I'm gonna use the control to kind of manipulate it in 3D space for a bit. Try to get it to make sense. There you go. Easy peasy. Yeah, it looks perfect. All right. Finally, we are done with boot. And by done with boot, I forgot that I was actually gonna do a little bit more with the boot. So ignore the fact that I said that. I am a filthy Larry. What's going on? Uh-oh. I've got to merge it. There we go. And we're also on the wrong tool. Okay. Just gonna bolden up the outer part of this boot. Just get a good outline on everything. Come on. Why is this brush acting so weird right now? Just getting the bigger parts of the shoe bolden up, so you can from afar it kind of matches with the rest of the line art. It's not noticeably thinner or more detailed. Hopefully that's the goal, anyways. It's not a 100% illusion that's gonna sell, but should help kind of keep things in focus. There we go. Now the boot's done. And I'm not lying this time. Oy. We're gonna try to do the knee pad really quick. It's not anywhere near as detailed as the boot, so I think I can make good on that promise. Let's see. I'm gonna do it on a new layer. That way we can keep some of the original there. Is the line art there? Yes, we do have the line art. Let's dissipate some things so I can see the line art. Yeah, I had it on the line art and I just ignored it. Wait, instead of messing with the opacity, why don't I just turn the layer off? Let me turn off all the colors. Bop, bop. That way it won't be the way. Let's raise the line art a bit so I can see it. Nope, wrong one. Where's the regular line art? Here you are. Okay. And then this is the layer for the knee pad. I'm gonna pull back out the pen. And this is one where the details are actually pretty much done too. So like it actually really won't take that long. Wait, where's the buttons? Is it on the inside of the knee or the outside? It's on the outside, so we won't be able to see it. I always like keeping duplicates of the originals before I erase something that I feel like I'm gonna want to remember. I never really do need them, but part of me is just like, don't forget about it. Because maybe you will make a mistake and I will have to go back and I won't have the original. Just normal anxiety thoughts. And we're also gonna bolden it up because it is a part of the outer. Yeah. Gonna get some really thin wispy lines for where it folds over the leg. You always need thin lines for anything that's supposed to be wrinkled. Like wrinkled cloth just works really well for brush strokes. In my opinion, I think I've seen people who do very like stable pen lines that still manage to give off the wrinkled look. But that usually is due to the coloring as well. And then I'm gonna grab my little pen, make it really thin, get some lines so there's a little bit of depth to the knee pad. We're already almost done with the knee pad. So we can at least spend like an hour to color everything. Okay. Let's go and merge these. And we can turn down the background line art now. The line art, I don't know why I called it that. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna hurt myself. There we go. Here we go, there we go. Yeah, everything's looking good. And then this part of the knee won't show up. I think if I have a line here, it's gonna look a little weird. Because it might show up like a little bit like that. But I think it kind of... it looks alright. Let's go and put that in. This is a quick little clip. I don't think that's gonna draw too much attention. It's far away enough from the center of the if we put the roll of thirds in on. Okay. We put in the roll of thirds. It's far enough away. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna screen. There we go. So the more important parts are like right here. So you can see the book's pretty close to here. The head is dead on. Maybe the hair and ponytail and at least some of the background. And then the knee is like way far down here, so it's not gonna distract too much. Now let's get rid of these. Because that was directly on the inking and I don't actually want to keep that. But yeah. Alright, I think we're good on the inking. I think I'll just leave the texturing of the roughness of the knee pad because it's well used. I'll do that in the coloring stage, which is going to be now. So let me go ahead and take a sip of water, if you guys will allow me. I have a bag of marshmallows staring me down. I have a very big sweet tooth, and marshmallows are easily my favorite. Let's bring back in the Winnie the Pooh colors. Alright. We're gonna need to finish the base layer. Because I left the boots uncolored because I knew I was gonna go back and work on them. But now that they're actually done, we can go in. So let's just... Blah, 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 blah. What is this mark over here? What are you doing here? You don't even go to this school. Yeah, okay. I guess it just made like an accidental mark. Back to normal. Bip. Okay, we're back in it. Bip. I don't care. We'll erase it. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Make the brush even bigger. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Then we'll just go back and clean up the lines. Thought Bo Burnham was about to come on. I got excited. I need to look into which artists DMCA their music. Because I've heard that there's some that straight up won't. Because they actually like people who play their music on streams and stuff. And I really want to find out about that. I think Baby No Money is one of those artists. And I do like Baby No Money quite a bit. Not a lot, not a lot. I'm not the biggest stan or anything. But it's a good handful of tracks that I'm into. I think the lo-fi hip-hop is really good for focusing on my work. But I'm also very into playing music. Or I'm very conscious of what music is being released. At least, you know, of the artists that I follow. So I kind of want to always have that on. I just listened to Bad Bad Not Good's most recent album, and that was really nice. I think it's a little bit forgettable. I'm like, that sounds really mean, but I think for me, orchestral and jazz music has to be very catchy for me to like actually remember, hook onto it well. And there were like 2 or 3 songs off that like 8-song project that really were nice. The drumming is absolutely fantastic. Like, I guess there are many spots on the album where I was just like amazed by the drumming. But I think a few of them were just, I mean, overall, even when it's not super catchy, like, it's still really nice, really pleasant. And the skill is definitely there. Like, they are very talented. But it's hard for me to think, like, which songs are separate from the other song. Was there any rhythm that I really think I could go back to? And there are a few like that, but it was not for the whole album. That's a impromptu review of the Bad Bad Not Good album. But my point is that I'm not one of those people that don't keep up with music. I don't know how people do that. I'm someone who's I'm constantly looking for music. I actually have an issue where I run out of music to listen to. So I have to keep like a list of like every single one that I'm interested in looking into. So I can come back to it later. Oh, there's a section of something not colored or not lined out. Let me get back to that. Something's always slowing me down. Come on. Give me what I need. Come on. Grr. There we go. Okay. back to this. Bip. Bip, bip, bip. Oh, and the hair. Oh no, this is gonna be super fun. That is not the color. Is it this? Is this? No. I am gonna change this yellow color to something a little bit more olive, because that's what I was going for. She's very olive skinned, and I know that olive skinned people aren't actually like bright olive. But just using it, I think it'll help using it as an undercoat and then adding like actual more appropriate face tones for that skin color. But we'll get to that. I'm actually really excited to see if underpainting it olive and then getting it and working on it will help. Because let me pull this up. Here I added the olive way later into the drawing. I just like took a olive coloring pencil, kind of scrambled it all over the place, trying to get it at least just a hint, nothing too strong. But this was also a very early stage of my marker art, so I didn't understand how to do skin color at all. So I'd have a base coat and then do everything else in pencil. I think scrambling actually is the right term for that. I think I saw somebody use it for like charcoal coloring. Charcoal drawing. This one's gonna be really annoying. Go ahead and say that. There's just so many triangles. And triangles are very hard to erase from and paint on. Because it gets to the point where it's like literally pixels that I have to erase. I mean, no one's gonna really care, but I am the way I am. I get locked up into the actual pixels of everything and slow myself down. I'm trying to learn, but you know, old habits die hard. There we go. So now we just erase from it and we can move on to the next stage. This feels a lot better than inking. I think I get so excited about the coloring of my digital drawings because there's so many things you can do with coloring. It's so exciting. Inking has its things too. But I think inking is a little bit more fun on traditional work. I think you can get really lazy with inking. You can just like min-max the values. That way your pencil art just becomes inked. I mean, it's cheap, it's lazy, but it's also smart. So if you need it to cut down on how long you spend on these drawings, I can completely understand. Like, I know comic artists are always trying to hit that deadline, so whatever they need to do to get to that deadline, to get that work out, and you know, feed themselves by reaching, doing what they need to do for their paycheck. I can't really knock it too much. But I think when you have the benefit of time, Then again, I have been thinking about having more pencil-y line art. I think it's a really interesting style. An artist that I'm always looking at their page is Little Thunder. She's a artist from Japan, and her watercolors are just amazing. Her watercolors are marker art. Her digital art, I think she does digital, are just like, I watch them all the time trying to learn exactly what she's doing in the moment. And she does a lot of watercolors, and then she'll actually draw on the pencils for the line art afterwards. Or actually, I think I looked back in it. She does the line art and just watercolors over them. I don't know how they don't bleed, but they don't. She might have like just some really nice coloring pencils that don't bleed, or nice watercolor, or she's using the right paper. It's something. But I think that rough textured pencil look for line art, instead of the, inky smooth lines, is really interesting. I'm getting, a lot more attached to texture. I think that's something that really starts to attract you the further you get into art. You start really appreciating some of the roughness of things. Because growing into the art, you're usually trying to cover up your mistakes. You want it to look as smooth and clean as possible. But then you once you get to a certain point, you realize that you kind of enjoy looking at other art who don't spend so much time cleaning up their artwork. They leave things rough, but it's still, you can tell that there's still skill behind it. It's not them being lazy. It's an intentional artistic choice to leave things rough. But yeah, that's something I want to experiment with. I'm actually planning on buying some colored graphite. That way I can do colored lines at the same time. I was looking into a lot of art supplies that I really want to grab onto, like immediately. Like the minute I get that next paycheck, I'm going shopping. I want to try using some really nice coloring pencils, some really high quality coloring pencils. I use some Prismacolors that I got like years ago. And they're nice, but they're still just standard coloring pencils, so there's not really much to it. They just feel like normal Crayola coloring pencils, even maybe a little bit nicer. Maybe they don't break as often. But overall, they still just feel like they're for students and children. Which I mean, you can still get by on that. They still work. But I think that waxy feeling of coloring pencils I'm not into. But I have looked into Faber-Castell's, I'm not sure the name for the series, but they have a really high quality colored pencil series that uses oil instead of wax. And I think that might be really interesting. It might also be nothing, so I'm not planning on getting a huge box of them right out of the gate. Just a tiny little one, so I can experiment. Then I mentioned the colored graphite pencils I want to get into, so I can do some colored line art. I think those would look really nice. And getting lost my train of thought. Getting away from that waxy feeling, getting something that feels a little bit more like a really nice pencil, that scratchy texture, I think would be really exciting. That's why I'm going for the colored graphite. I don't think I'd use it for coloring any drawings. The tinting for graphite is a lot harder than wax or anything else. But there is some color. It's just much more limited. So for line art, I think it's going to be awesome, but for coloring everything else, maybe not so much. And then I also want to experiment with watercolor pencils. I had access to them at one point, but I never used them. So I want to give them a shot now, see how they work for me. I think it'd be maybe a little easier to use those on the go than bringing a travel pan, which I've also never tried doing, so maybe I'm wrong on that. So I'm planning on making like a watercolor set that I could potentially take with me to like work, because that's where I get most of my drawings done. Instead of actually working, I'm drawing. That's kind of how I've been since school. Instead of studying, I'm drawing. It's a good escape for me. We're getting close to finishing. Like maybe 70% of the way done with the hair. Thankfully, this is the stage where it's slow. So once we get this done, the other section should be a lot more quick. Because first you got to define the boundaries. Then once you set the boundaries, you can just use select from opaque to really get the rest done. I'm thinking for the next olive color, for the color we replace this one with, if we're gonna go more yellow or if we're gonna go for more green, because maybe turning her skin completely green won't be better than Winnie the Pooh green, yellow-ish green, yellow green. Bah. So yeah, I plan on experimenting with that. What are those called? Watercolor pens? They're watercolor brush pens. I also plan on getting a set of those and trying those out, because I think those will be a little easier than actually bringing a cup to put water in and expecting to travel with that cleanly. I think if I already have them in the brush pens, I can use those. The only thing I'll need to like constantly restock on is like paper towels to like get the color out. Okay. She's all based out of her mind, if you will. Let's try playing with some colors. So select from opaque. Let's see. So here's the color on the palette. It's a very greenish yellow. Let's try, I want something a little bit more green, but also lighter green. So let's try this. That's eraser. Okay. It's a little bit more grayish green. Just like a hair more green would be perfect. I think this is darker. No, I said a hair more green. Jesus Christ. Is this the one that I just used? Yeah, okay. It's too pale. Too dark. I mean, having it dark wouldn't be bad actually, because we're gonna be using brighter colors. And I think leaving this as the shadow would be nice. But it does kind of look weird. That's what it was originally. Okay. I got lost for a second. How's this? Too bright. This? Not feeling it. It's a step away from the green. Maybe if I go to... Okay. A different color set. Let me try swatch colored gray. So these are all just like very grayish, desaturated colors. Too bright. Okay, getting closer, a little bit more yellow. I think that's like right almost there. I think that's the one. That's the color I want to keep. Let's try some more around there. That's supposed to be a different color? Yeah, that's really dark. Yeah, let's just leave it there before we wrote it. Just as a test, we're gonna add some of the more skin appropriate hue instead of this like grayish green. I don't think there's any grayish green people. We can go back to the concept cookie. We're gonna get a rough brush because I like having a little bit of texture so the undercoat can bleed through. Too small. There we go. It's too peachy. I want her to be more of a tan. Oh, that feels like the perfect neutral color. Like this is just base skin, like no tanning, but also no rosiness. That's a great flesh tone. And then we can start working some darker browns. Just as a test. It's interesting, but let me try a different tan. Maybe like something a little bit more rosy. No, too rosy. I screamed too loud. That's perfect. That's the one. This is exactly the tan I was looking for. My brush is lagging. There it goes. But I think I want an even tanner base tones. So I said it was perfect originally, but I changed my mind. Let's try this. That feels better. And what if we down the opacity just a touch? So that green could come in, that olive. This is nice. This I really like. I want to make sure I remember these colors. Oop, too purple. That's the one. I'm not going to delete this layer when I'm done with it. I'm going to keep it so I can absorb it later. Consume. Okay. We're just going to keep that as a fun little experiment. Let's keep cutting parts out. I don't want to do the hair. Why do I? Oh wait, no. This should be easy. Okay, I was already crying. Shame on me for crying. This is gonna have to go above the eyes, is it? It doesn't actually have to, but we're going to make it anyways. So she has a very brown, bright brown hair, but with a little bit of gold in it. Yeah, like a very warm brown tone to it. So why is the brush so small? Too orange. Warm, but not that warm. This is warm, but it's also a little desaturated. Is that even a different color? Dude, that is so insanely close. Dude. But it is slightly more saturated, so I think I'll keep it. Just so we can separate the hair a bit. Did I just get a notification from chess.com? I played chess for like 5 minutes. I like chess. I just can't play chess. And I don't actually have the desire to learn that much. It's like I understand like the mechanics of the game. It's just the planning is strategy that my brain is just like, and I quit. I don't have any desire to learn strategy. So I don't like card games very much. Too much planning goes into like grander planning. I'm trying to think of a word for it. Large scale planning. But that's just me. I have small brain. And that's okay. It's okay to have a small brain. We can't all be big brains. Sorry for that hiccup. I'm gonna use a pencil to really make those thin wispy hairs that are at the edge of at the start of the hairline. Please grab. There we go. She's kind of looking like Ganon right now. I just keep making a color palette that's like similar to other characters. First, I stole Winnie the Pooh's whole flow. Like I stole his entire flow, bar for bar, verse for verse. And now I'm stealing Ganon's drip. There's no end to my thievery. There's a word for artists that's steal. I can't remember. It's whenever I think it goes on a lot in comic books. Whenever like an artist steals from like other comic book artists, and I can't remember what that word is. Aping, I think. I think that's one word for it, but I don't know if that's the one I was thinking of. But I know aping is a word you can use to describe it too. Aping someone's style. Like I commonly catch myself aping Mike Mignola because I just love his art so much. Although I'm trying to not do that. I think I just posted like a cemetery. I know I just posted on Instagram cemetery that I actually used his instructions to do it. And I had to catch myself like halfway through, like, hey, I'm actually just copying his instructions. I'm not putting any of my own spin on it. But eventually I got back into mine. It's still, you could tell like it's really heavily shadowed, which I don't often do. That's sort of a lie. I do kind of do that often. Yeah. Check out the post on Instagram, by the way. I'm really happy with that drawing that I just posted. I don't do backgrounds very often. I did a series of drawings where the background was super basic. It's not anything I posted, so yet I'm still working on it. But I wasn't really happy with how I did the background, and I wanted to make sure, like, am I bad at backgrounds? Am I just like ignoring it too much? And I think I'll be fine. I think I'm good. I just need to actually think of a background beforehand, because I did it kind of in the moment and it shows. This one strand of hair, oh my goodness. We eventually reach the end of the hair. Erase to sharpen it up. Same with this one. I like this song. It's kind of funny how the whispery, yelpy kind of, but also it's kind of nice. There we go. Ganon is finished. Ah, for goodness sake. Why is it not letting me grab? There we go. The keys get stuck when I'm streaming. I don't know why. I think something, my computer pushing out the stream kind of lags a bit. There we go. Now her hair's done. We're just slowly piecing her together. Should probably give her pants. Maybe. It's gonna go over the swimsuit because the pants go over the swimsuit. And she wears just like khaki pants, right? Yeah, very tan pants. I don't know if that was intentional, but we're gonna keep it. I don't mind it being tan. So where is this one? This one's right here. It's almost the same color as her hair, actually. But I'm gonna use something less amber. I said amber, but I meant less orange. Slightly less saturated pants. Let's just go ahead and blanket everything and then erase it as we go along. Let me deselect from for a second so I can make sure it's not going. There's no little pixels getting missed. Because I noticed a few spots where I don't think it was covering. Haha. Bit. And now we just need to clean this up. She's looking like Mordecai's sister. Mordecai from the Gorillas. Not regular show. Ooh, close. We're not. Ah, you're kidding. Like the last little pixel, I accidentally clipped some of the pants. I'm just trying to remove it from the parts that shouldn't be colored. That. Then this is her jacket, so this isn't gonna. Perfect. Oh, yeah. It's a very awkward spot to have brown on the back of your legs. Just don't question it. Oh. Didn't notice this one was unerased, unclean, untrimmed. There we go. Pants. And while we're here, I'm gonna grab the pants. Shorts. And we're just gonna add, do the belt. Belt can just be like a greenish black. It's on erase. No, that's just gray. I want like a dark green, the dark olive. It's a little bit too gray. I wanted it darker than that. Close. I'm so picky whenever it comes to colors. There we go. That's nice. It's a little bit more blue than I'd like, but we can fix that whenever we get to actually coloring it. Just give it a brighter tone. So this can be like the shadow tone, the undertone. I'm also going to color the buckle. I'm going to put it on a separate layer, but I'll probably take it off, combine them pretty early on. But just to get some of the like initial shading on, it'll probably be easier if the buckle's also a different section. Why? Oh goodness, are we already reaching that time for me to end? Jesus, man. Feel like I've only been here for like 10 minutes. It's the inking. The inking always tears me apart. I did not hit her. I did not. There you go. This looks so goofy with that green skin. Oh my goodness. I might do her skin like before I even finish all the flats, just because it bothers me. Her smug aura offends me. Yeah, this is perfect. Just like a desaturated green. This is like the little plastic belt buckle. So this is kind of like vaguely military with like the green. That doesn't really make any sense, does it? But we're gonna ignore that I said it. I'm really happy with the boot actually now that I've had more time to look at it. Ooh. Oh, sorry, you don't need to hear me stretching. Super normal stretching sounds. That's a green lady if I've ever seen it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Then we're gonna go back to the base. Select from opaque, replace, and we're gonna get all this boot colored. Her boot, I'm pretty sure, is brown. I'm gonna keep the reference up because we're gonna be working on her bottom. Yeah, dark brown. I want to give it a bit of a reddish hue. That's good. Can we get redder? No, it's brighter. Slightly more red. Maybe like a purplish tinge to it. It's close, but a little bit brighter. That's a little bit too purple. No, I think we'll have to live with this color. It's too dark. Oh, that one's perfect. That's the one. I was gonna stop tweaking with it, but then lo and behold, I find the perfect one. Oops. No, wait, what am I doing? I can just erase it. It's easier to just slam all the base coat on and then tweak it later. Trim it. I think that's faster. I'm not sure. It's always how I do it. Ah, for goodness sake. Where's the eraser? What is happening? Oh, this is all on the wrong layer. I'm gonna scream. Scream! Okay. Bip. Bop. Boop. Ba-bam. There we go. Just barely over the line. It's literally perfect. So now we can get to trimming. Where's the eraser? Okay, there it is. Why can't I see my cursor? I can only see when it gets close to the black. Oh, it's because the green is really similar to the... Yeah. Should make it like bright purple or something. Okay. There we go. Oh, pff, 2 boots. I think on Maria I ended up separating the boots, but that's also something we can do later. Whenever it comes up. Because her specifically, it was, her boots were being hit by 2 different lights, so I needed them to be separate so I can hit them appropriately. Still got about 10 more minutes, so let's see if I can keep trimming. Keep getting these layers. I'm probably gonna have to be done as soon as I finish the gloves. So let's just go ahead and get that. The gloves are black until... Well, they're more of like a carbon black, like a gray. Just like a cool word for gray, I think. I mean, I know what carbon is, but I think whenever companies call it carbon black, they really just mean a really nice gray. That's what I was trying to say. I bought a water bottle and it said that it was carbon, and I was just like, it's just gray. It's just a really dark gray. You don't have to call it carbon. It's not like experimental military technology. It's just gray. Why is my mouse starting to glitch? There it goes. I think that's right. I think that's all just like palm folding. Please. That was really weird. I thought I forgot to put it on a different layer. And then we'll put glove number 2 as well. Where are you? There we are. This one's going to be a lot harder to do. Because there's going to be a lot I need to trim. So let's get the outer trimming done. I keep accidentally clipping like a single pixel. My hands, they are cursed. I forever make mistakes. Please, have mercy. Ah. because they're super cool fingerless gloves, which are perfect for adventuring. Because, you know, fingers aren't important. No, sir. Fingerless gloves are one of those things that everybody knows. It's just a style thing. They don't actually, you're kind of making them useless by making them fingerless. But we've also kind of all accepted that it's still cool. On character designs, I think in real life, you look silly. But on character designs, everybody's okay with fingerless gloves. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't met anybody that like has fought for that opinion. We're gonna also color the knee pads the same thing. We're gonna need to put away the reference for a second. Beep. Okay, and then this is a layer for the knee pads. Bip, bop, boop, click. Oh my goodness, go to normal. There you go. Oh my goodness, dearie me. There we go. Knee pad. This one I'm gonna just calmly do. Because I don't think I'm gonna need to resort to trimming that one. Because it's literally just a small sliver on the corner of the map. Corner of the canvas. Not a map. Not video game. Beep. Trim, trim, trim. Trim, trim, trim. Ah! Trim, trim, trim. It's kind of fun, actually. I love doing this part of it. I think I kind of get rushed in my head, like I need to hurry up and get to the point where it's not just me doing very simple flat colors. Flats. I want to get past the flat stage as soon as possible. But like, I actually really enjoy doing this part. I colored over a pixel. I erased the pixel, I meant. So like, I'll whine about it, but I like it. This is fun. I'm just always trying to look ahead to the future, and that's why I get too excited for the next stage. All right. I still got 5 minutes. I can do the earrings. Move out of my way, quickly. This one we're gonna do I'm gonna do a rosier gray. A red gray. This one. Whoa, that is really rosy. That is literally just pink. Again, just pink. Still not right. Trying to find the right color. Let's go to the what is it called? Swatch colored gray. This is a good tool for getting that right shade. Too saturated. What just happened? What was that? This is the one that I like. This is just the earring, right? I'm not mixing it with a different layer. Yeah, looks like it. Just simple silver earrings. I don't think silver is bad for vampires in the Masquerade. And we're just gonna keep clipping. Forget the rules. Nails are next. She has red nails. Very blood red nails. That's brown. That's a good crimson color. thumbnail of a thumbnail. Fingernail. I think that's the only spot where nails are shown. Yeah. Okay, what else? I mean, next we're gonna do the book, but I think that's now where we can call it, because now we're really hitting. I don't think I can separate anything in 2 minutes. But yeah, we're now officially done with inking. We're now well into the flat stage, and I only need to do the flats for like the book, her jacket, and that's basically it. Then we can move on to actually rendering out the skin so she's not Ganon colored and getting a lot more of the lighting on her. So it looks like I have just one more week to think about how I want to do the overall color palette. You know, I'm still trying to decide whether I want the bright orange for fire, obviously, or if I want a more spectral green spooky magic fire, because I think that might look interesting too. I might even use the color palette that Vampire the Masquerade made, where each clan has their own color palette. I think the Ravnos have like a teal, greenish blue, and red color palette, which is neat, but I didn't know that at the time when I made the character, and I don't think I need to change it. Maybe I could change the blue of her coat to that teal color, but we'll see. Okay, let me see the notes. Let me deselect so that's not bothering me. I don't think I'm gonna ink the rope. We'll see. Where's my... Okay, we're gonna grab this color, pop. Actually, no, we're gonna make it bright red. And just... I'm on the wrong layer. Okay. Red line. Not that kind of red line. This is good, the red line. Okay, so flat. So then we got the flats, and like I said, then we're going to be working on the coloring and the lighting, and then the rendering. The lighting coming before it, the rendering, so I can decide on how to flesh out the rest of her skin and everything, because she is going to be lit from behind and probably from the front from some unknown source that's off camera. That way she isn't completely cast in shadow. That'd be very unfortunate if she's a huge focus of the picture and you can't even see her because she's completely cast in shadow. Yeah. All that'll be figured out later. I'm really glad I could get as far as I did in this stream. I didn't end up wasting the entire time on boot. That would have broke my sanity, honestly. I really appreciate everybody who was here, even if it was only here for 5 minutes. And I appreciate if anybody could check out my YouTube channel and catch the streams there. I'd also make I have a highlights channel where the entire stream is condensed into now it's like less than 5 minutes. Originally my goal was 15 minutes for every video, but now I'm to the point where I realize you can really just cram everything super, super quick and just slow down for some of the more interesting parts. But yeah, check out the YouTube channel, check out my Instagram. You'll see a lot of art that isn't being worked on here. I post pretty often on the Instagram, at least like twice a week. Although it's kind of hard to do that because I am but one man. I don't have that many drawings that I always want to post. I could probably go into like my older drawings, but you know, sometimes you don't like to think about your old drawings because you've moved on from that point. Anyways, yeah. Thanks for being here. I hope everybody has a good night.